Today we're going to be going through a stretching routine, so all you're going to need is a mat. That is all, so let's get a good little stretch on. We're going to start off here on the floor, so you're going to lay all the way down flat on your back. Here we go. And we're going to make our way up today, but let's start off down on the floor. So let's lay all the way down. Make sure you're at the top of your mat here. You're going to lay all the way down. Just take a big deep breath in here and a big exhale. Good. Now we're going to go into pencil stretch to start off first. Bring your arms all the way up. Pretend as if someone was pulling on your arms and pulling on your legs, and just reach and hold it here. We're going to do 2 more breaths here. You should feel the stomach lengthen. Now what we're going to do is you're going to bring both of your knees up. You're going to put your hands on your knees and just make sure that your back is flattened onto the mat. From here, I just want you to kick the legs up and down just like this, just to kind of move your knees around a little bit. We're going to go into a lower back and hip stretch here in a second, but just kind of shake it out here. Just kind of breathe. If you want, you can even close your eyes. Now from here, you're going to take your right leg and you're going to bring it over onto that left side, okay? So you're going to cross the legs over and then you're going to bring it down to the right side here, okay? And you're going to stretch all the way. You can even bring your arms out to the side, or if you want to support on that knee, you can hold it there. You're going to get that big stretch in the glutes, the hips, and the low back. So let's just hold it here for 3 breaths. One more. Perfect. Let's bring it all the way right back up. Let's go back on. Keep the legs right next to each other and let's just kick it out again. So we're going to do a couple more kicks. I know it looks a little funky, but it feels really, really nice. And then we're going to cross it over on the other side here in a second. So right here, take your left leg, cross it over your right, and you're going to bring the legs down towards that left side. Again, you might want to bring the arms out to the side or keep them supported on that knee. Let's just breathe into it 3 times like we did on the other side. So big inhale and big exhale. This should feel really, really good. You might have even gotten a little bit of a crack in that lower back. That's okay. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. Let's bring this all the way back up. You're going to bring your knees back together. We're going to do a little cannonball here. Arms out to the side. Wrap around as much as you can on your arms and then rest your head down. From here, just tuck your chin in and feel that stretch in your back and your neck. So let's just hold it here. And again, if you want to close your eyes, you're more than welcome to. Big exhale. Thank you for getting up and blinking with me today. I hope you're going to enjoy this stretch routine here. Here we go. 2 more big inhales. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Perfect. We're going to go back into that pencil stretch here. So bring the feet down, flatten the legs, bring the arms up overhead, and we're just going to go in for that reach again. Really stretch out the midsection, the shoulders, the hips. Here we go. Reach, reach, reach. Hopefully you've been getting in some good workouts here on Get Up and Blink, and maybe you're a little sore today. So hopefully this feels really, really good. There we go, perfect. Now from here, you're going to take your hands and just bring them down to your sides. What we're going to do is some snow angels. So I want you to flip the palms up. You're going to reach up overhead and draw a snow angel. and then bring it right back down. You can leave the feet where they are. Just kind of focus on the upper body and those shoulders. We're gonna go in with 5 of these. Just kind of make sure that we're taking care of our shoulders, especially if we've been doing lots of at-home push-ups. There we go. And bring it up. Good, and back down. Perfect. Take your palms, flip them down onto the mat. You're going to slide your feet underneath your heels, so let's do that. And just right here, push your belly button down, kind of get that connection from the low back to the floor, and let's just hold it here for a little bit. It should feel really good. Feel like you're aligning your spine, so let's hold this here. Maybe you feel a little bit in the core. So let's just hold this here for 5 seconds. Perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stretch out the hips a little bit. So I want you to lift your hips up and just hold this here. You're gonna get a little stretch, and we do have that core and little leg activation going on as well. So let's just hold this here. Keep your chin tucked in on just a little bit. And perfect. We're gonna bring that back down. We're not gonna do any more of those. But what I want you to do is I want you to slide your feet together. So have your feet touch, and then you're gonna take your hands and bring them behind your head, kind of like a little pillow. And what I want you to do is just push your knees out to the side. We'll stretch out the hips here. And if you want, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open. We're gonna do 5 breaths here. So make sure you do some inhales and exhales. Here we go. Feels really good to stretch out the hips, stretch out the groin. And make sure you just let those elbows go out to the side. You don't want to hold them up. And let's just take one more breath here. Perfect. You're going to bring your knees back together. Hands are going to go down to the sides again, and then you're going to bring your legs down one at a time. Bring your arms up overhead, and we're back into that pencil stretch again. So let's just hold it here for a little bit. And then in a second here, we're actually going to do 1 sit-up, I promise. Here we go. So right here, what I want you to do is you're going to reach up, and you're going to reach for either your knees, your feet, or your shins. Here we go. We're going to bring it up. And we're going to stretch out those hamstrings a little bit. So point the toes towards you. You can keep the shoulders back and the chest up still. And we're just going to stretch it out here. Should feel really good behind the leg, behind the knee. Those hamstrings, they tend to get tight. So it's good to stretch them out. So let's hold this here. Perfect. You're going to take your right leg, bring it over your left leg, and we're going to go into a little twist. Try to get both hands on the floor and look over your back shoulder. Stretching out that neck here as well. Perfect. We're going to bring that leg down. We're twisting the other way now. Here we go. And let's bring that leg over. Let me know down below if you're starting to feel relaxed already. So left leg over right. We're going to twist again. Keep that body upright. Make sure you're making contact. Hands on the floor. And you're going to look over that back shoulder, stretching out the neck. So let's hold this here. And perfect. We're unwinding again. You're going to bring your legs back in here. We're going to stretch out those hamstrings again one more time. So let's hold it here. Maybe you want to lean over just a little bit. That's totally okay. Whatever you need to do to feel that stretch behind the legs. So let's hold that here. And make sure you challenge yourself by pointing the toes towards your shins. It definitely makes a big difference, and we get a little bit more of a stretch in the calves there. So we're holding it here, and then you can favor whatever side you want, but you're going to bring your legs around, and what we're going to do is go into tabletop position. So I want everyone to meet me here. We're going to do one of the best stretches ever, which is cat and cow. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop your belly and you're going to look up, and then we're going to tuck the chin in, tuck the hips up, and you're going to stretch that upper back. And then same thing again. We're going to do 5 here. Let the shoulders sink in as you look up. And now you're going to bring those shoulders up to the ceiling, stretch out that thoracic spine. Maybe you do a little wiggle around too. Do what feels good. Same thing again. And bring it up. Good. Especially if you've been working at your computer, it's really good to take care of that thoracic spine. Make sure you stretch it out. Good, and then one more. Sink it in. And all the way up. Hold it there. Perfect. Meet me in this tabletop position. We're going to stretch out the lats here. What you're going to do is you're going to take your right arm, your right hand, and cross it over to the side. From there, you're going to lean down to that right side, and you're going to stretch out that lat. Try to keep your thumbs up to the ceiling. We're going to hold this here for 3 breaths. You can close your eyes if you want, if it feels more relaxing that way. Perfect. Slide that hand right back underneath the shoulder. We're going to do that with the left hand now. So bring over that left hand, thumb up, and now lean down to that left side, stretching out that lat once again. So let's hold this here. 3 big inhales. And let it go with an exhale. Perfect. Slide that hand right back on underneath the shoulders here. What we're going to do is we're going to go into child's pose. So just move your knees out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You can bring your feet closer to each other, and we're going to bring the hips down. You're going to rest your forehead on the mat. Hold it here. We're going to spend a little time here. We're going to breathe in 5 times. Just kind of rest here a little bit. Get comfortable. Maybe you fall asleep a little bit, that's okay. Perfect. Time to wake back up, back into tabletop position. You're going to go up on your toes. We got downward dog. You're going to push your hips up to the ceiling. Stretch out those hamstrings, stretch out the back and the shoulders. From here, I want you to dance it out. So up and down with the heels, moving those knees, bending and extending. Keep the hips up high. This should feel really, really nice. Good. We're going to go into plank position. We're not going to be doing tons of planks, but what I want you to do from here is I want you to lower yourself down to the ground like a push-up, and then we're going to press up on our palms, and we're going to keep our feet on the floor as we stretch out the lower back. So hold this here. We're going to do 3 breaths here. So inhale and exhale. And we're going to bring it all the way back down. We're going to push up into that plank again. So a little push up. And now we're going into the downward dog. Here we go. Hold it here for a second. And then we're going to dance it out back and forth. Stretch out the hamstrings, stretch out the calves. Perfect. Good, we're gonna go back into that again. So we're gonna get into that plank position. Here we go, drop it down, squeeze the elbows to the sides. Now from here, we're gonna stretch that low back. Try to keep your hips on the ground, don't let them fly up. And we're gonna hold it here. It should feel really nice. If you wanna rock back and forth, you're more than welcome to. Do what feels good. This is your time, this is your stretch. Here we go. Let's bring it back down here. You're gonna go push up and back to that downward dog. Hold it here. Again, let's dance it out a little bit. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're relaxed. If you're relaxed right now, you can leave it down below. There we go. Perfect. Back into that plank position. You're gonna lower your knees down. And look at that, we're right back into that tabletop position. We're gonna go into child's pose here. So again, why don't we bring the knees out a little bit wider, the feet can come a little closer together, and we're gonna take it back nice and easy, dropping the forehead down to the mat. Reach up on your hands, and we're just gonna relax here. Try to breathe into that thoracic spine. Perfect. We're coming back up into that tabletop again. Here we go with downward dog. We're gonna go right back up. Push the hips up to the sky, and we're just gonna rock it back and forth. Now from here, instead of going into that plank that we just did, I just want you to creep the toes up to the hands, nice and slow, because we're gonna stand up here in a second. And then from here, I just want you to kind of rest your neck a little bit. Just stretch out the hamstrings and that low back. So why don't we just spend a little time here. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. Just rest your neck. Maybe sway a little back and forth, that's okay. This should feel really, really nice. Taking care of our back, our neck, our hamstrings. We're gonna come up nice and slow. Just stack your spine. And then we'll come all the way up. Roll your shoulders back. And there we go, now we're standing. What we're gonna do now is a little bit of a warrior stretch. So why don't we keep the right leg in the front, and we'll take our left leg back. And we're gonna go into a little bit of a split leg position, but you can keep both heels on the floor. We're gonna take the hands, you're gonna bring them all the way up, and you're going to lean into that front knee a little bit as we pull back and stretch out the left hip. So why don't we hold this here for just a little bit. Lunge a little forward. You don't have to close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open. That'll make it a little easier on the balance. And perfect, let's return back. Let's go in, left leg in the front. Let's take the right leg back. Remember, keeping all hips, heels, knees, and toes, everything facing forward. We're gonna do a slight little lunge in that front leg, and we're gonna bring the arms up and pull them back, stretching out this back hip. It's gonna feel really, really nice. So let's hold this here. Again, you can keep reaching back, or if you feel more comfortable looking straight ahead, go in with that. That's totally okay. And you can keep your eyes open here as well. Good. It should feel good on that back calf there as well. Let's bring the legs together here. We're going to go back down and just kind of stretch out that low back and hamstring again. Let's hold this here. Just kind of breathe into it. Breathe into your spine. Breathe into those hamstrings. Big exhales. And if you want, you can close your eyes, but you do not have to. Perfect. Let's roll up nice and easy again. Awesome job, guys. I'm gonna face you now. I want you to bring your feet together, make sure that they're touching. We're gonna hold it here for just a second. I just want you to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. So what we're going to do is you're gonna roll them forward and then bring them down. We're gonna do that 5 times. So they're back, you're gonna roll them forward and then push them down. If you want, you can inhale up and then exhale as you push them down. Here we go, we're just doing 5 here. It should feel really nice. And now let's go backwards, right? Let's hike them up and then roll them back, bringing your chest forward. Here we go. Again, you can inhale and exhale, let it go as you bring it down. And one more. Perfect. Shake it out a little bit. All right, we're gonna bring the legs out wider than shoulder width apart here. A little bit like that sumo stance, but I don't want you to point the toes out. Let's keep the toes pointing forward. Kind of relax your knees here. We're gonna go in with some windmills. So let's take the right hand. You're going to bring it down to the left foot, and then that left hand is gonna go up and behind you. We're gonna hold this here as you look up towards your back hand. Perfect. Hold this here. And now we're gonna switch it over. You're gonna bring it over to the other side. We're doing the same thing. So left hand is gonna go down to the right foot as you bring that right hand up to the sky. And you can look towards your hand here. Stretching out those hamstrings, stretching out the low back, stretching out the thoracic back as well. There we go. Perfect. Switch it over. We're bringing it back down. We're going to go back and forth here. Soften your knees a little bit. You don't want to keep them locked down on this stretch. Good. Let's bring it over. Other side. Same thing. There we go. Hold it here, guys. We're in this together. There we go. All right, other side, same thing. We're doing one more on each. Make it count. And other side, same thing. We're windmill it over. Perfect. You're gonna bring your hands down to the center here. We're gonna hold this here for just a second. Make sure that your feet are out pretty wide. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean over to one side here. You're gonna bend that knee, still keeping the knee, the heel, and the toe forward. And now we're stretching out that groin. So let's hold that here. Should feel really, really nice. And then we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So I want you to creep it over as we go towards that right side now. And if you went to your right side first, creep it over towards your left side. And we're going back and forth. Let's bring it around. Same thing again. Stretching out the groin should feel really, really, really good. Good, one more each side. Maybe your legs are starting to burn a little bit. We will be done with this stretch here in a second, so just try to stay with it. Good, now return back to the middle. What you're gonna do is you're going to bring your feet together. So bring them together nice and easy. Let's hold this here again. Rest your head, rest your neck, stretch out those hamstrings and that low back. You can even bend the knees a little bit, or you can straighten them out a little bit more if you want a deeper stretch in those hamstrings. So find what feels comfortable for you and just breathe. Big inhale here and big exhale, let it go. All right, guys, we're gonna roll up again. Nice and easy. Whew. All right, let's kind of shake it out here a little bit. We are going to use a lot of the upper body here in a second. So Let's take the hands, let's bring them up over our head. Try to get your elbows behind your ears. We're gonna lean down to the side as we stretch out the lat here. So we're gonna hold this here, stretching out our lats, keeping our arms straight. And let's switch it over, other side, same thing. Push the hips as well to get a deeper stretch. Also, the shoulders are gonna wanna shrug up here. Try to keep them down. Let's go and do it again. Each time, try to go a little deeper. Try to challenge yourself, but don't challenge yourself too hard. And let's do it again, one more time. Hold it here, reach, reach, reach. And let it go. Other side, same thing. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Bring it back. Let's bring the arms down. Let's shake them out again because we are going to bring them right back up. So let's bring the arms all the way up. You're going to grab the elbow. Why don't we do right hand over left elbow? And let's just hold it here. Kind of focus on the shoulders and the triceps for right now. And then as we go into the stretch, we're going to lean down to that right side. So you're going to stretch out the lat as well. Get a little deeper stretch. Good. Other side, same thing. We're doing left hand on the right elbow. Stretch out the tricep first, give them some love, and then we're going to bring it down to the sides. Try not to lean back on your low back. Keep your core a little tight. Good. We're going to go back and forth. Let's do that other side again. Same thing. Go right into it, though. Go right into that deeper stretch. Maybe you go down a little deeper this time. And other side, same thing. Bring it down, challenge yourself. Good, one more each side, guys. Stay with me. And one more time, other side. Good, let's bring the hands down again. Shake them out a little bit. We're gonna bring the arms right back up here in a second. So you're going to bring one arm in the front. Let's do left arm in the front here. Take the right hand. You're going to bring it right by the forearm, not the upper arm, as you pull the arm over to the side, stretching out that shoulder blade. And I want you to look over your shoulder here. Perfect, let's bring it over. You're going to do the other side, same exact thing. Look over your shoulder. Good, let's take it back. Same thing again, bring it over. Good, and one more time on this side, same thing, look it over. Perfect. I want you to take it back here in the center. Let's do a little interlocking in the fingers here. You're going to push forward, so you're gonna really stretch out that thoracic spine. So really push, push, push. Tuck your chin in and just stretch out that thoracic spine and your neck, almost like you're pushing up against a wall. Let's hold it here for just a little bit. Don't let the shoulders go all the way up. Try to keep them down somewhat. And we're gonna hold this here. Let's take 5 breaths in here. And exhale, let it go. We're just gonna stay here a little bit. It's a great way to start off your day with a little bit of stretching, just moving ever so slightly. It's always a bonus. Perfect. I promise we're gonna bring your arms down. What we're gonna do next is I want you to bring your hands behind your back. You're gonna roll your shoulders back. What I want you to do is we're gonna drop our ear to the shoulder and you're just gonna breathe in, stretching out your neck. It's gonna feel super nice. Here we go. We're gonna do this 3 times. So inhale here and exhale, let it go. Stand up nice and tall. Perfect. Roll it down, bring it over, other side. Same thing, show it the same love. Again, stretching out that neck. Here we go. And one more time. Don't fall asleep. Perfect. Bring it back. Why don't we just roll the head a little bit? Let's roll the neck. Just sway it back and forth. Good. All right, return your head back to center, right on top of the spine. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch out the hamstrings and low back again. So let's go into that forward bend, nice and easy. Bring it down. Maybe this time you don't bend your knees as much. Maybe you start to straighten out the legs just a little bit more. Maybe you are on your shins and now you kind of slide down your hands just a little bit more, just to challenge yourself a little bit. Maybe the stretches start to get a little easier after you do them for a little bit. So let's just hold this here. Rest your head. Do not keep it up like this. And just kind of, so you could sway back and forth again. Whatever feels comfortable. Again, you want to make the stretch about you. It's all about you. So let's just hold it here. Stretch out those hamstrings. Perfect. Let's bend our knees here and then extend your knees as you stretch again one more time. Perfect. Challenging with straight legs. Perfect. Let's start to roll it up again. Nice and slow. Nice and easy. We're taking our time. Going to shake out the upper body again. We are going to do another stretch for your neck before you guys are all done. So we're going to do the armpit stretch. So take your head. You're going to bring it down to the side. We'll start off with the right side. You're going to sniff your armpit a little bit. It's going to stretch not only the side of your neck, but also the back. This feels really nice. Why don't we just hold it here? Maybe you close your eyes because it feels good, right? So just hold this. We'll take a couple breaths here. And one more. Perfect. Let's go down. Other side, same thing. Grab your head, sniff your armpit. Hopefully you put on some deodorant today. There we go. Hold it here. Stretch behind into the side of your neck. Two more breaths. Perfect. All right, shake it out. We're gonna bring our arms out to the side, wrap them around your body. Give yourself a big hug. You did great today. You did something good for yourself by stretching and moving your body today with me. So great job, guys. Hope you feel really, really good. Again, my name is Courtney. You can follow me at Courtney O Fitness. I am the trainer at West Islip in Long Island, New York. Again, if you want to continue on with your Get Up and Blinks, join us back tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next. Bye-bye.